Flemeth once told me that temptation lies in the forbidden. Do not follow me, I said, yet you search even so. Some doors should never be reopened.
Glad you're here. I couldn't do this alone. We'll find Morrigan. I promise. Let's go, boy. We gotta find clues. Small clearing.
As you wish.
Flemeth's demise. The death of Flemeth? Question mark.
Flemeth saved you during the first stages of the Blight, and her daughter Morrigan helped nurse you and Alistair back to health. Morrigan later revealed that Flemeth was an abomination who had sacrificed her daughters to preserve her own unnatural life. You agreed to confront Flemeth before she could sacrifice Morrigan and found the enigmatic old crone at her hut in the wilds. It's rather rude. After a short exchange, she shapeshifted into a high dragon, and with difficulty, you killed her. So much about Flemeth remains a mystery. Standing in front of her deserted home, and the marsh sent a shiver up your spine, like someone walking over a grave.
Let's enter this coffin then.
Not another step. What are you doing here? Call off your hound, Shem.
Not until you tell me what you're doing here.
I believe I asked you first.
You really want to mess with them, Mabari?
Ugh. Fine. I am Ariane of the Dalish people. My keeper sent me to find Asha Belinar, the woman of many years.
I'm here because my scouts thought you were someone else.
Scouts? So you are here for a purpose. You cannot have mistaken me for Flemeth, so you must be looking for her daughter, the mysterious Morrigan. We have something in common, then. The young witch has caused trouble for my clan. Has she earned your ire as well?
Morrigan's my friend. I'm concerned for her.
A friend? Of all the words associated with a witch of the wilds, those are the last I expected. Perhaps you can reason with her, then. Morrigan stole an ancient book my clan has guarded since the days of Arlathan. We were the only ones with such a piece of our history. Everything we once had, all legacy of our ancient magics, were stripped from us. First by the Tevinter Magisters, then by the wretched Circle. And Morrigan took what little was left.
How do you know Morrigan stole it?
1 month ago she visited our clan in the name of friendship, and took great interest in our history. She knew exactly what she was looking for. The Keeper allowed her to see the book. 2 nights later, it was gone.
What's so special about this book?
For almost 2,000 years, the Dalish people have been wanderers, a shadow of what we once were. This book, as much of a mystery as it is to us, is one of the only clues on how to reclaim that past. My keeper, Solon, says it was a treatise on something the ancients called Alluvian. The word is as old as the book itself, and its meaning has been lost, save perhaps to Morrigan.
So what now?
Help me. We both want Morrigan, and we can aid each other. The Book of Alluvian was reclaimed for my clan by an elven mage, who stole it from the Circle of Magi before defecting. He said other similar treasures remain in the library, but they would never allow a Dalish to view them. Perhaps you will meet a different reception.
Then we'll seek a more diplomatic solution. Let's go.
Masirinis, I look forward to working with you.
Good job, Borkspawn. That doesn't look like it's been slept in for years, except for recent intrusion. The whole place looks abandoned. Contents of the chest have been long since removed. Why is the fire still going here? The only place in the hut not covered in a fine layer of dust is around the fireplace. It looks like the fire was recently lit. Is it by this person? Darkspawn! Oh yes, why am I not equipped with my weapons? I Do you always unequip my weapons?
So Morrigan is hunting for our Dalish artifacts, or at least elven artifacts, and has been charming her way through a few of the clans to find something of importance. But for what reason, we do not know. They also didn't mention if she had a kid with her. So where did she stick the kid? It's been a considerable amount of time since the end of Dragon Age Origins. So the kid should be like 1 or 2 right now. I'm also unsure if that was a Darkspawn ambush or if they just kind of happened to be in the area, considering what just happened in Awakening.
Welcome to Ferelden's Circle of Magi. Please, keep your hound under control. Some of the apprentices are easily startled. And I see you have a Dalish elf with you.
Is that a problem?
Maybe you should have waited outside.
You expect me to hide? As if being Dalish were a mark of shame? It is your people who would cringe in shame to meet my gaze, Chantry man.
Just keep it leashed, and I'm not talking about the dog.
Whoa.
The Circle is glad to have you as a guest. As you can see, things are much changed from when you were last here.
Where's Gregor?
Gregor is in Denerim, attending to some important business. My name is Hadley. I lead the Templars in the Knight Commander's absence.
Well, then I need to see the library, Hadley.
If you're looking for a book, you can start in the Index section. As the Warden Commander, you and your guests are free to explore the first floor of the tower without an escort. Good day to you.
I see why Keeper Solon did not want me to come here. It is all too tempting to overturn the tight order of their little world.
Girl, you need to calm down.
Right.
I was not. Oh, all right, a little. You have to admit, it's tempting, right? All these mages, so complacent, thinking they're so important. You think I need to relax? Well, maybe.
Girl, my Mabari is more reasonable than you. You need to get yourself together. You're making your people look bad. Oh, it's Sandal.
Enchantment?
Sandal, what are you doing here?
Enchantment! Hello, doggy.
Sandal is staying at the tower for a while. The Tranquil are evaluating his enchanting abilities and learning a lot from him, surprisingly.
Enchantment!
Yes.
So where's Bodon?
Bodan is trading in Redcliffe. If you're interested in his goods, I believe Sandal has some of them to offer you.
Sure, let me buy something.
Look at all these books. I've never seen so many.
Yeah, this is a library, my dude. This is where they keep many, many books. The whole point of it.
Is that a purebred Mabari? I wish I had one. They should allow pets in the tower.
Don't you remember the Dragonling disaster? There's bits of Ivan still burnt onto the ceiling on the 3rd floor.
I'm talking about common pets. Dogs, cats, rats, owls, that sort of thing.
Owls? What sort of mage has an owl as a pet?
Yeah, what type of absolute nerd would pick an owl as a familiar? That's ridiculous. Owls aren't even smart.
Psst, you, hound. You think you could sneak up on the mage over there? How high do you think he'd throw those things if he turned around and saw you looming over him? Oh, lighten up. This place is like a tomb. A few surprises would be good for them. Warden, your dog is lecturing me again.
Good, he should lecture you. Can't have you getting us in trouble in the freaking mage tower. They've dealt with enough, my dude.
This book is written in ancient dialect you cannot read.
I recognize the character on this page. I think it makes up part of the word Illuvian.
That's hardly helpful.
I'm a warrior, not a scholar. This is a library, isn't it? Perhaps another book could help us translate this.
Right.
Is that a Dalish elf?
Don't gawk. I hear they cut out your eyes for staring at their tattoos.
They do not.
They do. I read it somewhere.
Oh, and you believe everything you read, do you?
Better safe than sorry, I say.
Create a bucket bomb. Your book details creative uses of walking bomb spell. The book has been vandalized and is no longer readable. Scribbled on the cover are the words "Entropy rules." Spirit healers through the ages. Book on the history of spirit healers. Folded near the back of the book is a very old sheet of notes scrawled by a young apprentice. In the margins are various sketches of Templars being eaten by a fierce tiger named Sir Pounce-a-lot.
They found the body of the Templar who went after those apostates near Highever.
Micah, it's terrible what they did to him.
They say he was force-fed so much lyrium he was bleeding from the eyes. His brain was liquefied in his skull.
Can lyrium really do that?
It can kill you, but... well, you know how rumors are. Those pisses give us all a bad name. Now some Templar will take it out on an innocent mage and start the cycle all over again.
That does seem rather excessive. And a bad look for the mages. Not exactly something to help their cause of, we're all safe. People have no reason to fear us. What do you mean?
Using the translation book, you locate a chapter on the Luvian.
Whoa, who let a dog in here? And what are you doing? Be careful!
Hey, leave my dog alone.
All right, he could probably eat my face, but don't you see what you're doing? You're bending the book too much. It'll crack the spine and cause the pages to fall out. Just thinking about it is making me dizzy.
Look, I'm in the middle of something important here.
Browsing the chapter on the Illuvians. No one's actually found one, you know.
You know what Illuvian is?
It's Old Elvish for seeing glass. Mirror.
Your keeper couldn't even translate the word for mirror.
It's a 2,000-year-old dialect.
She's right. The word is from the lost language of Arlathan, forgotten over eons of slavery. I only know a few dozen words of it, and I'm the Circle's linguist. Illuvian isn't just any mirror. It's a special kind. When the Imperium sacked Arlathan, they took these mirrors and tried to unlock their power. But all they could use them for was communication over long distances.
Why would Morrigan be interested in that? There must be something else.
Well, no one's ever seen a mirror like this. There could be something that Tevinter's cooked up for all we know.
My people crossed paths with another Dalish clan not too long ago. 2 of their young hunters encountered a strange mirror in some ruins. One disappeared, the other became deathly ill. They never found the one, and the other died. They left Ferelden and traveled north to forget their sorrows.
What about the mirror?
Shattered. Destroyed.
Why?
It was corrupted by the Darkspawn, beyond hope of recovery. They did it to protect others.
Even broken, it could be used to find the others. No, don't get ahead of yourself, Finn. You have to be sure.
What? What do you know?
This is so exciting. We have to get to the repository. Hadley has the key.
You hear what's going on up in Kirkwall?
Kirkwall?
In the Free Marches, dolt. Half of Ferelden fled there in the Blight. They say there's a refugee camp twice as big as the city. Whole place is run by Templars, though, so no one is getting in. They heard what happened here, made them kind of jumpy.
Everyone's a critic.
Well, that's understandable considering how many abominations were here. But things sound pretty bad in Kirkwall.
Look, Finn, he fetched me a flower. Oh, how thoughtful. It's very pretty. Slobbery, but pretty.
You should just tell him to fetch a Morrigan. It would save us a lot of trouble. Does your name mean anything in Elven?
Blessed creators, why does everyone ask that of people from other cultures?
Oh, I didn't mean...
What about you? Are you named after an honorable fish's appendage?
Well, Florian Phineas Horatio Aldebrand Esquire was a bit of a mouthful. And I was tired of the other apprentices calling me Flora. Hadley! Just the man I was looking for.
Not looking very hard, were you? I'm always here.
Good one. So I need to go into the repository.
No.
No? Why not? I'm not some drooling apprentice.
It's because of me, isn't it?
No. The Sentinels have been behaving erratically, so the repository is locked for everyone's safety.
Oh, well then, Sorry for bothering you.
Hold on. Is there something I can do?
I would certainly like to see the situation resolved, but I would hate to put you in danger. The repository isn't crucial to the daily functioning of the Circle, so we've left it until we can spare more men.
Hey, there's always something to be killed, and I'm the one to do it.
Oh, very well. It's your necks. But before you go, what's so important down there?
The statue. It knows things about Tevinter, and I need to speak to it.
All right. Be careful, and keep the mess to a minimum.
You know that talking to inanimate objects is a sign of insanity.
Not when it talks back.
You think the statue talks to you?
It's complicated. It wasn't always a statue. You'll see.
This is like the Avar warrior situation?
Only one shall
Tear in
stand.
the veil. Something from the Fade is influenced. We have to deal with this.
Can do. I'll stab it. This is how you close a tear in the veil.
It isn't going to be me.
Stab
The
it.
Sentinels are going back to normal. We need to deal with the rest of the rips in the veil if we can. This used to be where the phylacteries of the apprentices were stored. They've been moved to a more secure location. We don't even know where they are anymore.
Right.
The prison is breached. I see the encroaching darkness.
Wow. It does talk.
Hello?
The shadow will consume all.
It seems afraid.
Something is causing it distress. The tears in the veil, most likely. The statue's useless until we mend the veil.
Let me just get this again. Your name is Florian Phineas...
Horatio Aldebrandt, Esquire. Can't forget the Esquire. Father insisted.
Did your parents hate you?
No, they adore me. In fact, I'm sure my name is a result of overwhelming love replacing good sense.
I am the spirit of Eleni Zenobia, once consort and...
Advisor to Archon Valerius, blah blah, fall of the house. Yes, we've been through that.
Finn. Greetings.
You do have a close relationship?
We've conversed before, on the Imperium. It's hard to get answers out of it. Requires parsing all the grandiose mumbo-jumbo. We know where a broken Illuvian lies. Can it still be used to find the others?
Scry. The broken glass, dagger sharp, will be your key.
Finn, do you know how scrying works?
In theory, I haven't done much of it.
The lights of Arlathan will illuminate the Scryer's path. The Archons possessed them, but they were misused, befouled, and lost, like so much the Imperium touched. Some were saved, carried by fugitives from the Elven city. Their sorrow awoke the stone, and her children sheltered them. They found a sanctuary in the deep halls of Cad Halash, now known as Kadash. There the lights of Arlathan lie, shielded from unworthy eyes.
Dash Tig. Impossible, it's not that old.
So you know of it. Convenient.
Goodbye, Finn. We will not speak again.
What? What's that supposed to mean?
This
Why
should
do you
be
think it
easy
said
enough.
we wouldn't talk again? Oh, I'm not going to die, am I? Hello?
Well, that is a possibility. Or maybe it just decided to find peace, like the other Avar statues. Or maybe it just doesn't want to talk to you anymore, Finn. Sounds like you kind of been annoying it for a bit.
Now, Mage, tell us what's going on.
The Illuvians are linked, all of them. If you have one, you can find the others, if they still exist.
but the one you know of is broken and corrupted. So we need something else to amplify the magic.
The lights of Arlathan.
Yes.
Are you gonna come with us, Finn?
Ready to go when you are. It's hard to breathe with all this stone around me. I hope this is all in my head. Wait, why did we stop? Is this Kadash Taig?
This should be it. I've been here before.
Right, so I've been going through my old notes. And I came across this footnote. Apparently, the elves would magically conceal relics of great significance, thus shielding them from unworthy eyes. And given what the Tevinter did, I'd say they count as unworthy.
You don't say.
The lights of Arlathan are under disenchantment.
That's my hypothesis. But they might just be buried in the ground, too. Actually, that's very likely. It looks like Kadash Taig was built on the ruins of Katalash. The lights of Arlathan could be miles below us.
I liked the other theory more.
If the elves concealed the relics with magic, only the blood of their kin will reveal them. Ariane, we need your blood.
Excuse me?
Just a few drops, that's it.
Ariane, please, it might help us.
You share the same blood as the Arlathan elves, so you're the only one this enchantment might recognize.
Fine. Just because hearing that gets me all tingly. A few drops.
I'll be gentle. My spell will reveal vortices of magic. Standing in them should allow us to see the energy being drawn to the relics, which will lead us to them.
Can do.
Once we reach the influence of the lights of Arlathan, Ariane's blood will unveil them. But we have to be close. A magical vortex. We can use it to reveal the energy flowing towards the lights of Arlathan. Do you see it? Can you follow the path? I always thought dwarves must be dull without magic. But this place is amazing.
Excellent!
I'm alive! I think something's here. Aha!
On it.
Oh, Guardians! That's what that word on the scroll meant.
Let's make this quick, shall we? Ha!
The lights of Arlathan are old lanterns. I didn't realize the statue was capable of being literal.
Never been outdoors? Till now?
I have been. I just don't care much for it. We had to do stretching exercises. I got sweaty. There was dirt. During my apprenticeship, they thought getting fresh air and exercise at least once a week would do us good.
Fresh air and sunlight is good for you.
You know what fills fresh air in the summer? Mosquitoes. Hungry for sweet, untested mage flesh.
Well, when you put it that way...
Luckily, it didn't last long. One day, an apprentice made a break for it. Jumped off the dock and started swimming for the shore. The Templars couldn't jump in after him. Not with the armor on. Finally found him a week later. We stopped having to go out after that. That mage, Anders, never stopped trying to escape, though. Haven't heard from him since his last attempt.
Yeah, he's in the Wardens now. I don't think he's coming back.
We have 4 lights of Arlathan. I hope that's enough. We still need the shard of the Alluvian, though. Let's head to the Elven Ruins when you're ready.
These are the ruins. The broken Alluvian should be around here.
Oh, I'm so excited.
If you hate the outside so much, why come with us?
Couldn't pass up a chance to learn more about the ancient elves and the mirrors. Besides, the company is good.
Thanks.
I meant the dog.
My dog is amazing. Thank you. Thank you for noticing.
I can't believe this is one of the Alluvians. It's magnificent. And broken. Mostly broken. With the shard and the lights of Arlathan, we should be able to scry for an unbroken mirror. This looks like a suitable place to do the ritual. We can start whenever you're ready.
Let's hope this works.
So there were some infected elves still in this ruin, and I'm not sure if they're part of the old elven clan, like, that came through here, or if they're like a new set of Dalish that happened upon it and somehow got infected by the mirror, or if there was still a darkspawn and they got infected by the darkspawn, but it just said they were infected elves. Which is strange.
Oh, am I bleeding? Oh, look, a rip in my robe.
What happened to Ariane? Give us your blood. Who cares if it hurts?
It's my blood. That's different.
The ritual work?
I've pinpointed another Eluvian. It's in the Dragonbone Wastes. The Tevinters probably moved it there to see if the ancient dragon bones could enhance the Eluvian's power.
I've been in the Dragonbone Wastes. I saw no mirror.
It might be hidden, or only appear to those who know its location.
Alright, well, what do we do when we're there?
We examine the mirror. It might give clues to what Morrigan's doing. If she's looking for the Eluvians as well, she might even be there. Shall we? What is that?
Of Arterel? It can't be, they're only legends. It is said they were rock and tree, wind and rain, given form and breath by the elven gods to protect their people.
To protect their people? Then why does it look like it's going to eat you?
There were a few dragon cultists before this, so I'm not exactly sure why the Barterel didn't kill them. Maybe they were worshipping this thing, thinking it was some sort of new type of dragon. I don't know. But it seems very out of place to just kind of be here in the Dragonbone Waste when there was a high dragon here. When we originally came here on our way to kill the mother? Yeah, on our way to kill the mother.
Let's get started.
So I don't know what it's doing here now. Unless it's trying to protect the Alluvion. It could be doing that. And we have dragons. Well, like dragonless, kind of. A smaller dragon, it's not a high dragon. So I guess it makes a little bit of sense for a dragon cultist to be here. But still, why? Just why? And does every Alluvion have one of these things? Who knows? We did it! That's the Alluvion! And that's Morrigan.
The Eluvian. And it's glowing. We should...
I think she's expecting you. Ask her about our book.
No further, please. One more step and I leave. For good this time.
There's no need to run.
I assume you know what this is. I have gone to great lengths to find and activate this portal. Give me reason and I use it, and you will not be able to follow.
Why haven't you left if that's true?
I remained to see if it was truly you. I had to know. Tell me, why did you come?
We were friends once, Morrigan.
So you chased me all this way to offer help? I will never understand you, and you will never understand me.
I won't understand unless you help me to.
I would not even know where to begin explaining.
Tell me where the child is.
He is safe, and beyond your reach. All you need to know is that the child is an innocent. He knows nothing of the destiny that lies before him.
What is your plan? I want to know.
My plan is to leave and prepare the child for what is to come. Such preparation requires time and power. I must have both if I am to be successful. More than this, I dare not say, even to you.
No more questions.
Then allow me to provide you a warning. 'Tis Flemeth you should beware of, not me. Hunt her if you hunt anyone.
Flemeth is dead.
My mother has tricked her way past death and more. She is no more finished than I am. I thought I knew what Flemeth planned. I thought what she craved was immortality, and yet I was wrong. So very wrong. She is no blood mage, no abomination. She is not even truly human. The ritual was but a means to an end, a herald for what is to come.
Why? What's going to happen?
Change is coming to the world. Many fear change and will fight it with every fiber of their being. But sometimes, change is what they need most. Sometimes, change is what sets them free.
That's not an answer, Morgan.
It is all I have to give. I cannot tarry longer. The time has come for me to go.
You don't have to do this alone, Morrigan.
I wish it were not so. But I do. There is one last thing I must tell you. If you will allow me. I left you a gift. The Dalish book is there, and something you will find of great interest. Goodbye, my friend.
Bye, Morrigan. Come on, we got work to do, boy. We just learned some secrets. So that is the end of Dragon Age Origins. Did all the important DLCs. And that was Awakening and Witch Hunt. And by important, I mean to carry over into the next game. So that's all done with. After playing through it again, I most likely will never play this again unless they do a complete remake of this game. Because the combat is absolutely awful. It is so bad, and I usually like isometric, like, tactics-based RPG games. That's not the problem, it's just done badly in this. And it's very kind of boring to go through, which is why I cut out a great deal of the combat. Because there wasn't much to even, like, look at while fighting. So it's better just to skip over it. Everything else mostly held up pretty well. Some of the dialogue was a little weird. But everything else held up really strongly. Morrigan's whole situation with the ritual and that Flemeth sent her to do kind of falls apart when you play a female warden. Because, so Flemeth sent her to have the god baby. Right. With one of those, like, hey, you gotta have this with the warden. Night before you go kill the Archdemon. Okay. Good. However, she is horribly mean. And, like, to the one Grey Warden that can actually give her the god baby. Like, she treats Alistair like crap. And, like, dude, you have ruined your plan from the very beginning. Wait, what?
You just ruined your plan. Was he just hoping, oh, the other warden will totally be on my side, but she makes no effort to actually do that. It's all on you to actually, like, befriend her. And everything that Morrigan suggests as you go through the game, trying to get all these treaties done and build your army, is counterproductive to what you actually need to do. Because every time you go to, like, okay, let's get this problem resolved so we can get people into our army, she's like, well, why do we have to do that? We shouldn't help them. We should just let them deal with it themselves. It's like, Morrigan, do you want to face the Blight and the Archdemon on your own? Because that's what's gonna happen if we don't put in effort to make allies. My girl, get with it. She also says the mages should die for putting themselves in the circle. However, when you find Sten in the cage, she's like, oh, wow, we should set him free. It's not fair for him to be there, even though he put himself in the cage. Morrigan. What, why? Why are you like this? Why do you do these things? I don't understand. I like Morrigan, but her character just seems so very illogical at times while playing through this game. And I have to actually mute the music for the game here because it has licensed music. It is 30 Seconds to Mars. And this song, when I first heard it play, was really weird. And it felt like it did not match the tone of the game to this point. I remember like almost dying laughing when the lyric came up where he said to the right, to the left. I was like, oh my god, this does not match anything. I realized what's supposed to be happening with the song, but I'm not feeling it. But anyway, back to the game and the story. So you storyline origins are nice. You get the origins in the other, well, you get it in Inquisition, but you just kind of read what your backstory is instead of playing through it. And I do miss being able to play through your origin and kind of getting a feel for what your character had been through up until the point where the main, like, part of the game occurs. Because you get so much information from those origins that you would not have otherwise, because of you just went through and you experienced it. Like, you wouldn't feel the hate for How unless you go through the entire Cousland origin and you meet their whole family and watch everything get taken away from you. And it would not be the same having a little dialogue box that said, well, you had a happy family and this and that, and then Hal came and murdered them all. It just does not have the same effect as actually playing through that event and seeing it for yourself. And then by playing through those moments, it then influences who you actually go to seek help from first after the Battle of Ostacar and you get the treaties. Because as a human noble, it makes more sense to go seek help from Arl Eamon first. But if you play like a Dalish elf, you're going to want to go to the Dalish and see if you can get help from your people, because that's who you're going to trust more. If you're a dwarf, you might want to go back and check on Orzammar, especially if you're like a dwarven noble. You might want to see what happened after the aftermath of like you being accused of like killing your brother, and then it was your other brother who actually killed him. If you're a city elf, you might want to go back to Denerim first to seek revenge on what happened to you and your people, or even just check on Shiani and see if she's okay. But then you get there and find out it's completely closed off from everyone. And it just gives you such a cool insight on the world, rather than just saying, oh, this is what happened to your character. This is who they are. I just want to see a return to that maybe in the 4th game. And then you also get to influence some of your party members depending on how their personal quests go, which is pretty interesting as well. Because Alistair can make a better king if you encourage him to be a leader and undo his years of being gaslit into thinking he was useless, or if you convince Liliana to stick to her faith or embrace her bard abilities in her bard life and be an assassin again, basically. And you can make her colder towards the world, or keep being like, yes, Andraste sent you on this quest. And then with Morrigan, you can influence her, I think, to be a little bit more nicer and convince her the world isn't as harsh as she may have originally thought. The game also gives you quite a few hints about what's going to happen in future installments of the series. Especially in Witch Hunt, when you're in the Circle Tower and they're hinting about things that are happening in Kirkwall and the refugees being sent over there. There's also a few things about Flemeth that are hinted at through different dialogues and talking to different people about her and who she could possibly be and who she might actually be, that comes into play later that I won't spoil here. But I'm surprised that the continuity is as good as it is, considering all the choices that they give you throughout the game, because things can be wildly different depending on what you decide to do. I think, yeah, every single party member except for Morrigan can be killed throughout the game, and technically you can attempt to kill her in Witch Hunt. You can leave Sten to die in the cage. You can kill Zev when you first meet him. You can leave Liliana in Lothering, or if you try to defile the Urn of Sacred Ashes, she will fight back and you have to kill her there. Or you can also kill Wynn there, or kill Wynn in the tower. And at the very end, you can actually have Alistair executed as well, depending on your choices. So you can go through the whole game and just get all of your party members just completely murked. And go through with just you or your dog, or not even the dog, because you only start off with the dog if you're human noble, and everyone else gets the dog at Ostagar if they bring back the cure for the Mabaris. And that's it. So you can just go through the whole game just about almost solo. You, by the end, you can have everyone and like every single ally you had just gone. And including the hero Ferelden, of course, can die at the end as well. So your Warden, the character you play as, can die at the end. That is like such drastically different changing things to have to account for when you're carrying over a storyline through multiple games. Which is like kind of impressive. It's like a huge undertaking to do that type of continuity, especially since a lot of choices aren't completely tied to each other. So I'm excited to see what else they do with it coming in the 4th game. But this is the end of Dragon Age Origins. I hope you like the series. Stay tuned for more, and I will see you in the next one.